Hi. Well, it's another beautiful day. As always, it is. And today I want to talk about why you're unhappy at work. And you are, right? I mean, because everyone is. And maybe it's the people. You don't like the people at work. Or maybe it's the job you have to do, the actual physical job. Or maybe it's something else. It really doesn't matter what you think it is because you're wrong. What it is you're fighting against the isness. Now, I understand that you wanted a different job, you wanted a better job, you wanted something, okay, that you couldn't have, which is the definition of suffering. Now, I don't want anyone to be unhappy, but the fact is that that's what's going to happen if you continue to fight the isness. I am not saying that wanting something is bad, okay? What I am saying is that the wanting something that you didn't get and keep wanting it after you didn't get it, okay, is not good. All right? I mean, yeah, I don't know everything, but I do know that if you are hating your job, okay, because of whatever reason that it is, that your life's not good. So, how do we get out of this hating our job and feeling like shit whenever we go there? Well, for starters, you have to let go and accept. Okay, that's the big keyword here is accept what is. That's all. What is what is. Okay? It's what is. This tree that I'm looking at and this forest that's around me, okay? That is what is. If I try to tear down this forest to make a garden or something, I'm fighting the isness. And, you know, if you try to get a job that you want, okay, let's say magazine editor, all right, and they instead give you copy editor, okay, or whatever it is, you're going to be unhappy, okay? And I don't want anyone to be unhappy, but that's just the way it is. We all have to go out and do the job we have to do in this world. And yeah, we all want to have our dream job. But the fact of the matter is that we're not going to get our dream job every time. That's why it's a dream, okay? And I'm not saying that you know you can't get what you want. Of course, you can get what you want sometimes, but sometimes you can't. And if you then fighting against that isness of what you couldn't get, then you're just going to be more unhappy. And that's just the way it goes. Okay? Now, why is this? Well, this is the way it is. Okay? I mean, every day your consciousness, okay, is directed in some way to something. Okay? Maybe it's to the job you have to do. Maybe it's to, you know, painting a picture. Maybe it's to something else. Okay? And that's what your consciousness is directed at. That's what you think is important. Okay? But the fact of the matter is that that's just the way it is. You can't escape your fate. Okay? I think everyone knows that. And, you know, I don't know exactly the best way for people to get the job they want, but fighting against the isness is not the best way. Because then people can feel that. And people are pretty sensitive. I mean, they're not as sensitive as, say, you know, they should be, but they're pretty sensitive nonetheless. And if you hate your job and hate the people in your job, they're going to know. And then, you know, things are just going to get worse for you. Okay? I don't want anyone to suffer, but if you fight against the isness of something as small as a job that you didn't get, okay, then you're going to be unhappy. And I hate having to even think of you as being unhappy, but that is the way it is, okay? So, accept what is. Simple as that. So you didn't get the copy editor job or the print editor job or whatever job you were trying to get, or the salesman job or the vice president of regional whatever job, okay? And you didn't get that job, and now you're in a lesser job, okay? And you hate it because it's not the job you wanted to get, right? Not the job you applied for, okay? And so you're basically fighting against the isness, okay? I'd say okay too much. Anyway, the point is, by fighting against the isness, you're just making things harder for yourself, okay? Which is really just the way it is. I mean, I've been through this so much in my life. I didn't get the job I wanted, and I hated it. And I hated doing the job. I hated the people around me. And you know what that got me? Nothing. It got me absolutely nothing except failure. Because if you hate your job, then you're going to fail at it, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. I don't want you to fail. That's just what happens. So, stop hating your job. Stop feeling unhappy at work. Accept what is. And let go of this idea of some other job that you were supposed to have. Is the job so terrible? Is the actual doing of the job so terrible? Okay? No, it's not. You make it terrible by not accepting what is. Okay? And by not letting go of this fantasy of what you wanted it to be. Okay? That fantasy is not part of you. It's something that you thought you wanted. Okay? And throughout your work time, you're going to be keening away to that wonderful job that you didn't get. Okay? And that's just going to cause more suffering. So, accept what you have gotten, accept what you've been given, accept whatever it is. Okay, it may not even be a job. Okay, maybe it's a military posting, or maybe it's something else. But you have to accept. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to listen to me. You can turn this off right now. But the point is, without acceptance of what is, you are going to suffer. Okay? It's just as simple as that. And I don't want to see that. So, accept. Let your dream of what you wanted to go. And then you'll find that your job is better than you thought it was. Okay? That's the way it is. If your job is so terrible, maybe it is so terrible. Okay? Objectively terrible. Then quit. Go do something else. Be something else. Okay? But if it's just you think it's terrible, okay? Because you wanted a different job, then you're asking for, problems. You're asking for trouble. Okay? You're asking for unhappiness. Alright? I mean, I don't know if you've ever done a job you love, but there's never enough time. You love doing it, and by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, it's like, I didn't have enough time to do everything. I'll have to come back tomorrow early. I mean, that's what it's like when you have a job you love, okay? And having a job you hate is the opposite. You can't wait till 5 o'clock. It seems like the time just slowly crunches along. Okay? And so you're unhappy in it. But you know, the fact of the matter is, if you just take one moment, okay, and accept what it is you're in, okay, accept that you have this job, accept that it's not the dream job, accept that it's your thing now, okay, then the job will get better. And not only that, but the people around you will feel better about you, and then you'll have a better chance to get promoted. I mean, no one's going to promote a grumpy old bitch who barely does their job, okay, or whatever. I'm not calling anyone a grumpy old bitch. I mean, there's plenty of grumpy old bitches out there, but that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here to do and say is that there is a way to turn it around, even without changing your job, okay? And that way of turning it around is to simply accept, okay? And let go of this idea of what you thought you wanted. Because you know what? That's only going to lead to suffering, as I've already said. But if you accept what is, and if you let go of this dream, you'll find that the job is easier and better. And then people around you will say, hey, he's really doing the hell out of that job. Right? And then things will start to change, okay? If you do the hell out of that copy editor job, who knows what might happen. But if you sit there and bitch and moan about it all fucking day, even just to yourself, okay? That's going to spread just like everything else spreads. Suffering spreads, love spreads, okay? And so does, this kind of stuff. So you have to let it go. You have to accept what is and let it go. And believe me, things will change for the better. Okay? Anyway. So the main message here is to just stop wanting what you can't have. You can't have that job. And you can't have what you wanted, what you dreamed about. So just let it go. And I'm quite sure that you'll feel, better about the job that you have. Look, there's only one thing in this world that's worth having, and that is love. Okay? And if you're busy hating, you can't get love. Okay? That's just the way it is. And whether you hate somebody else, or you hate the people, or you hate yourself, it's all the same. It's not going to change. Okay? Unless you make it change. Okay? And you can spend the next 40 years being unhappy because of a job that you didn't get. And now you're forced to do this job. Okay? And believe me, plenty of people have done that. Plenty of people have been there where you are. And you don't have to be awakened to accept something. Okay? Yes, awakening is good and it's something everyone should try for, but you know what? You can just let go right now. You can let go of your dream, okay? And focus on what is, which is this job, okay? And let go of it. Let go of this idea in your head. That's all it is. It's an idea in your head, okay? That you should be doing something else. That you're better than this. I'm better than this job. Okay? And that's just not true. You're not better than anything. Everything is what it is. I guess I've said enough about this topic. I love you all because you're me. We're one thing. Okay? All of us are one. Many people may say, no, I'm not one of you. Okay? But I am one of all of you. And you are one of all of me. And nothing can change that. Alright, well, I guess I'll let you go. Have a great life and let go.